morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the middle of the mountain. We just dropped off in Reading about 45 minutes ago, and we are headed to Corbell, California to pick up our lumber load for the day. And we're gonna take that about 700 miles from Corbell. I'm not gonna tell you where we're going yet. No, I'm not gonna tell you guys yet. Anyway, I got the camera on to actually tell you a story that I will not tell you. Well, yeah, tell you a story that I just experienced this morning when I dropped off, and it was crazy because I didn't really understand the dude's beef. So we dropped off this morning in a place in Reading. I'm not gonna name drop for, you know, company reasons and personal reasons anyways, but they opened at 7 a.m. so I got there at 6:45 and I pulled to the side of the street, had my flashes on, had all my lights on, and I was untying my load, and I noticed that it was a guy already, it was a Lyft driver, a forklift driver already inside loading trucks. Okay, fine, cool, no problem. The gate that you go pull through, it was still locked, so I just waited until they opened the gate. So I'm untying my load and everything, and I'm listening to my morning music and everything, and he opened the gate. So I went and pulled forward, and I backed up on the opposite side of the street to make the right hand turn into the gate. And the guy was kind of like pointing at me and like waving his hands, and I was confused on what he was trying to tell me because he never said anything. So I pull into the gate, and they have a spot where you stop at. They have a white line there, you unload there. So stop there, and he comes to the truck, and he's like, oh, you can't pull in until I pull you in, and you check in first, and this and this and this. Now, you guys are probably saying, hey, that's right, that's how you do that. Here's the thing, this place, I've gone there maybe 15, 20 times. And there's like 4 or 5 companies just like it, the same company, everything that we go to. And we never have to stop and pull in. I mean, you never have to stop and go check in and then pull in. We always just pull in. So I said, this a new rule or something? He said, no, it's always been like that since I've been, he said, the rule is it's like that when I'm here. I said, well, one, I didn't even know you was here, and I don't know who you are. That's what I told him. And he copped the attitude like, oh, well, I don't want you guys to pull in unless I tell you to pull in. So, oh, okay, man, so whatever. So I just kind of like, I kindly ended the conversation. You're having a bad day, bad morning. I'm having a good day, good morning, whatever. I don't need your negativity, you know, trying to kill my positivity vibe. So I pulled up, and then I pull in to the white line. I go check in to the guy. I say, hey man, what's up with the guy outside? The guy's problem. He said, who? I said, the guy, older white guy on the forklift. He said, Mike. I said, I don't know his name, but if that's him, then sure. And he said, oh, Mike's always in a bad mood. I said, well, I don't need his attitude, man, early in the morning. You know, I don't need that. It's too early for that. And then the guy agreed with me. He said, what happened? And I told him what happened, and he said, okay, I'll talk to him. I said, okay, fine, cool. All right. So the load we had, it was mostly block, and it was 2 bags of sand. So I'm sitting there at the white line, got my hazard lights on, my lights are on still except for my headlights, and it starts to rain outside. Now the sand that I had on me is, of course, it's on a pallet, it's in bags. It had a big old bag over it, and it had shrink wrap around it, keep the water out of it, whatever. And I'm just sitting in the rain. Now, if it rains on it so much, it'll get wet eventually. Over time, it'll get wet. So he pulls the sand off. Well, no, I emailed my dispatcher because we have a rule. If you're waiting more than 30 minutes and they're not doing nothing, but you're already checked in, they know you're there, supposed to email the office and let them know, because they're gonna bank charge. They're gonna charge the company for having us wait there. So I emailed them, and you know, we had a couple email back and forth. So finally, about maybe an hour of me being there, so now it's about 8 o'clock now, he wants to start unloading me. So he pulls the sand off, and he puts it inside the little warehouse, whatever, and then I'm just sitting there again. So okay, so now I'm kind of waiting, like, okay, they're gonna unload me, you know, finish unloading me pretty soon. So what I had on me, you guys saw the last video I posted, that's what I had on my trailer. So I had that on me, and they're checking it in, and they're supposed to really honestly unload us, sign off on our invoice, let us go. Anything different on the load, discrepancy, anything wrong or missing or broken, whatever, they're supposed to email the shipper and let them know, and then they work out how to fix the problem from there, but let the driver go. He's sitting there checking everything in one by one, which is holding up my day, because I got an appointment at 12 o'clock across the mountain. So I went in the office. Well, I asked the guy, I said, hey, is there a time frame that I'm gonna get unloaded? And without even blinking, he tells me whenever I feel like finishing, whenever I feel like finishing with your load, that's when you'll be done. I said, okay, so that like what, 30 minutes from now, an hour from now, because I need to let somebody know that I'm still sitting here, that's why. And he had an attitude. So the guy he was unloading my truck, when I went and asked him, he had an attitude also too. Okay, you know what, I don't have the time for this. I have to be somewhere, and you know, just because you're mad because I pulled in, I don't need, you know, the attitude to continue between me and you. So I went in the office and I said, hey, you know, is there a time frame to get unloaded here? And the guy said, I thought you already left. I said, no, I'm still here. He said, the guy Mike should have had you unloaded an hour ago. I said, well, I'm still sitting here. So the manager of the company had to go outside and unload my truck. He went to Mike and said, what's the problem? And Mike said, well, he pulled in without me telling him to pull in. And the guy said, well, they always pull in like that, you know, the same company. They pull in, they stop, they go check in. He said, things can't run how you want it to run, because that's how you want it to be done. He said, these are our rules that we put in, that we put in for the drivers. They can pull in if no one's in. And I was the first truck there wasn't nobody there. So finally I get unloaded and everything, man, and I left there. It's just, you know, for that I've been to that place maybe 10, 15 times. I've been to that place, and I've never had a problem loading or unloading. I never had. This is the first time I've had an issue there at that place at all. And it just kind of it threw me off, because I was like, you know, what the heck, you know, I didn't come to the door at 6:50 saying, hey, I'm here, open the gates. I waited till you opened the gate. I went inside and I pulled into the spot. You got an attitude, man. It's too early for that. And you know, as people, you know, we don't need, you know, stuff like that, man. Whatever problem you have, you leave it where it started at. If it's at home, you leave it at home. If it's in your car because your radio went out, leave it in the car. Don't bring it out here to work, man, and then you put somebody else in a bad mood. You're having a bad day, and you know, then it turns into an argument, and it's just too much to deal with. You know, it's no need for all that. But anyway, we're not gonna let that bother us. We're gonna continue to have a positive attitude for the day. It's gonna be a good day. It's nice outside. It's a little cold, but it's about 43 up here. But it's nice out here, man. The sun is out, you know, a couple clouds, but no big deal. We're gonna stop up here. I think we're about 15 miles away. It is a Burger King. Gonna grab some breakfast for the morning, and then continue our drive on to Corbell to pick up our load. So I will see you guys in the next clip. And also I know for sure I can record while I'm loading in Corbell. It might be a time-lapse video because it is a process with them. Sometimes they'll load you right by the lumber. Sometimes you have to drive to go get it. So it will be a time-lapse video, but I will record it though. I will. So like I said, I will see you guys in the next clip. Let me cut this camera off of my phone since it works now. All right, boys and girls, we have stopped here on the highway for construction. They've been doing this for about a year now, and I kind of forgot about it actually. But from where I was at, this is the fastest route to get to where I'm going, so I had to come this way. But let me hop out the truck. Let's get out, shall we? Let's get out the truck. Let's see. So down there is a river, and I think I stopped here one time overnight. I ran out of time, and I just stayed here overnight, not at this exact spot, but on the highway. I swear I hate coming through here. It's a long way down, boys and girls. Long way down. And that would just suck to fall down there. Probably some pretty good fish in there, actually. A couple of cars behind us. We're gonna get back in the truck. It's kind of cold out here, actually. We'll probably be here for about 15-20 minutes, so which is gonna really suck for our day. But anyways, so I got you guys on the iPad now with the camera, so you can see me. Wait, there you go. See, has delay to it, but it's not horrible. What I want to get a phone mount and mount my iPhone up here like this, so I can actually see myself on the camera instead of having it down there where it's down there by the cup holder where it's at. My truck is a mess. I got food over here that I just finished eating. I had my juice in here this morning. You know, when you're out of work for a couple of days and you come back, and when you left your truck, you left it in such a bad way because you was like just grabbing everything out the truck and everything and stuff like that. And you come back and then you're like, dang, I left it looking like this. Great. So yeah, we'll be here for about 15-20 minutes. So let's see what the logbook got us looking like for time. So we have 3 hours and 48 minutes before our break. Okay. And you guys are probably wondering how I have my logbook on a phone. Well, we used to have no, we never had Qualcomm. We never did. Our logbook for us has always been on our phone. That's how I've been since I've been hired here. I've been here almost 4 years now, and it's always been like that. I don't know why. First they had the AT&T, what was it, the Mega, something like that. They had that, and then now you have the Samsung. What is this? Samsung? What is this? I think it's S7. I think. Yes, S7. Now we're on that, and they're supposed to be changing that now to something else, but you know, who knows? I don't know. Personally, I really don't care. As long as it does what it's supposed to do, I don't care. Whatever. But anyways, I guess while I was sitting here, I guess I can probably clean my truck while we're sitting here, because this thing is dirty. Like, I got my GoPro batteries over here that supposed to actually be up in here. I'll put those up there. Hopefully they don't fall out. I want to move this cooler to the back. That's what I want to do, really. But it's kind of like my inverter's back there, and I got like shoes back there on this side of the truck, and then on the driver's side of the truck, I don't think there's anything over there. But then, like, it's convenient because I can like just open this while I'm driving and grab what I need to get out of there, like a bottle of water or whatever. I gotta stop the truck and reach around and all the other stuff. I don't know, but I gotta get a better setup than this. I gotta clean this thing out. I gotta clean this truck out, really. So, anyways, I'm gonna clean my truck out while they're doing this, and I think I'll cut the camera back on when I get loaded. Because between here and the place I'm going, there's nothing to film. It's just all the same thing, just mountain and a big old river. Nothing else there for us to look at. So I will cut you guys back on when I get to the place to get loaded. So for the meantime, bye bye. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am back, and we have made it through the mountain, and we had to take one more stop at a construction zone, another one. I didn't film that long. I wasn't there that long, probably there for like 2 minutes. And we're about a mile and a half away from our exit, coming down into Corville, pick up this load. Now, I remember last year I first came, I couldn't find this place. Yeah, I called the place and nobody ever answered the phone. I was like, what the heck? Where's this place at? I had to call another driver that was up here recently, and I'm like, man, I would have never found this place. You guys gonna see where the place is at. Now, there is an exit for it, yes there is. But the address that they have for this place, it doesn't really exist. Hence why I couldn't find it. And I was like, this is some BS. I spent about 30 minutes trying to find this place. And I just couldn't find it. Just couldn't do it. Now I know where it's at now by heart, because I've been here so many times now. And part of the first time me coming here, I always ask the shipper, what does a load weigh? And the first thing he said was, why? Because if it's like 50-something thousand pounds, I can't carry it. That's why you have to cut it off. You have to cut some off. What can you carry? And I never tell them what I can carry, because if I say I'll carry 48, that was weird. Camera just cut off. But anyway, like I was saying, if I say I can carry 48.5, they'll load me at 48.5 or even like 49,000. And then when it's fuel time, you're like, okay, I need fuel, and then you can't get no fuel. Now, typically, if I came from the 101 side of this place, I would have gotten fuel before I got here. I'm on half a tank. Coming from Reading over here, there is no fuel stop, and there really isn't one in Reading either. That big 680. Well, that's a heavy truck. Well, not really heavy. My truck weighs about 18 by itself. Stupid roundabout. I hate these things. So, anyways, yeah, fuel. So, can't get no fuel. And then there really isn't no fuel stop over here unless you come from the 101 side of the mountain. And we didn't come that. We came from the other side of the mountain. Let's stop here for the school zone. This gold truck that's finna pass me up, coming towards me, used to be a CRST truck. That guy works down in Sacramento with us. He's a sub hauler. Probably, oh Chris, you can get fuel there. No, we can't. Can't get fuel there. Can't. We get fuel at CFN and Pack Pride. That's where we get fuel at. And typically with fuel being so high in California now, we're getting fuel out of state now. Like if we fill up here, usually I'll fill up Friday at the yard, or Monday morning I'll fill up, and then I'll travel out of state and, you know, deliver my load and head back into California. I'll fill up at state line. The fuel in California is so expensive now, it's just ridiculous. And a lot of companies now are telling drivers to get fuel, like get, you know, so much fuel in California and then go to state line and, you know, get fuel there. Get enough fuel just to get you to state line or get you out of California or whatever, or something like that, because the fuel up here is so expensive. When I last checked, I think fuel was like $3.97 a gallon or $4.05 a gallon, something like that. And you know, you go down to Texas, fuel is like, diesel fuel is like $2.20 a gallon. So all these trees, I came through here my first time in the curtain van, and these trees weren't even cut back. I was hitting the crap out of them. All on top of the curtain van, which is getting whacked because of those trees. And they finally cut them back a little bit, not a lot, but enough. And I haven't come up here in the curtain van since then. Curtain van for up here with my truck, it just doesn't work out. It's too heavy. It's super heavy. And then like I said, they try to load you to the max here, and then you start playing the whole weight game. Take off like they'll take off like half a unit, and you're like, hey, you gotta take some more off, man. Like my first time with the curtain van up here, man, he loaded me and I was at 83,000, and we all like, that's not legal. We can't roll like that. We can't do that. That's illegal. So he went and was like, oh, how much you over? I said, I'm over 4,000 pounds. You know, sometimes I say, because you want to have some kind of wiggle room with something, you know, whether it be fuel or if you got to pack on some tarps, whatever, or chains, you know, that stuff adds up. But being in the curtain van, we didn't have any tarp, but we had chains. So anyways, I sent over like 4,000 pounds. And he said, okay, that unit you have on weighs 3,400 pounds, whatever, would you take it off? I said, oh, okay, cool. So he took it off, and I weighed again, and I think I was at like 79,300, 200, something like that. I'm fine with that. But loaded me right at 79,900, and they will. For you new guys that do flatbed or haul anything, whether you do dry van or reefer, they will load you that much. And yes, you're still legal, but if you have to get fuel, you have to accommodate. You have to make room for the fuel that you got to add on if you don't get fuel from the beginning. And that's why I like to weigh my truck full of fuel, so I know what I can pack on. Only downfall is that now we didn't fuel up first. We came straight here from Reading, so we're gonna go over here and park behind these other trucks. I think there's 3 trucks here, I think, which is fine because we gotta go on break anyways. So it gives us time to go on break and do what we have to do. Make this turn. You know, it's funny, I've been riding, that's my headset you guys hear, my other headset. I've been riding with my seat so low for so long. I never really wanted to lift it up. And I find myself sometimes having to look forward and kind of like sit up sometimes because my seat is so low. So got here. Cool. Let's go on break. Look at that, minute and 54. Perfect. So we're gonna go off duty. Come back at about 12:51, I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and check in, talk to this old funny guy that works here, cool guy, and gonna cut you guys on the time lapse video when I get loaded. So I will see you in fast motion actually later. Well, that was weird. For some reason the time lapse video wasn't working. I thought it was on the whole time. It wasn't even on. It's weird. I hate these things. Ugh. This is gonna be a heavy load because this is all wet. And I can already see my bags already went down. Already, I can already see that happening. So let's start this up really quick. I'm gonna have some heavy drives. I need to watch this truck, man. I might watch it tomorrow, maybe. Oh, you're gonna give me all this. She is dirty. This time of year kind of sucks. Let's put those in there, they don't fly off anywhere. Yeah, it's gonna be a heavy load. I can see it now. That's fine. Ew. Can't whistle. Huh. Yeah, push it in some more. It's like got a gap in it. No, the bottom one does. You guys want to do flatbed? This right here cannot exist. Cannot be a gap in between that. Some cops would thank you for it, some won't. It just depends, but really it's not supposed to be a gap in that. The product has to touch each other. Oh, about that much. This guy is not a good loader. He loaded me last one, so he loaded me up. I'm I was saying, some cops will ding you for it, some won't. But we know it's illegal, somewhat. And we don't need somewhat illegal, we need to be 100% legal. That's it? Oh, we got one more. I thought that was it. I was gonna scale this. I thought he was done. This is gonna be overweight. We'll put that in the middle of the trailer. Anytime you haul lumber after it rains, it's gonna be heavy. You can tell now it's gonna be heavy. And what they'll do, they'll cut that right there in half. That last piece of lumber. They'll cut it in half. About 36,000 on the trailer. So let's head to the scale it, see what it weighs. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Hello, camera. I'm already knowing this is gonna be heavy, only because it rained all day today and last night, and all this wood is up here is soaked. And that's why I didn't strap it down yet, because some's gonna have to come off most likely. Oh, camera's on still. I don't know why my time lapse wasn't working. For some reason it wouldn't like, I thought it was recording, but it wasn't recording. It was weird. And it showed on the phone it was recording, but on the GoPro camera it wasn't recording at all. It didn't show nothing. But that's okay. So we're gonna go to the scale up here, and we're gonna weigh it by axle. And for some of you guys who don't know how to do that, I will show you how to do that. I will show you. Well, I'll tell you. First, you hop on the scale, get your steer axle weight, and then you kind of memorize that number. And then you put your drives on there, and it'll be at like 44,000, something like that. Then you subtract your steer weight from the truck overall weight, well, the drive weight basically, because you'll have all axles for the tractor on the scale. And then you go and subtract whatever your your steer weight was from your 3-axle weight, and that gives you your drive weight. And by us being the spread axle, you got a little wiggle room, a little bit, not a whole lot. So I'm gonna pop out the handy dandy calculator, because oh, sorry, wait, yesterday 77,200. So I'm gonna show you guys right now how to do this. Okay. So look at the phone. Look at the phone. Let's go down some more. Come on, camera. Okay. All right. So hop on the scale. Scale says 12,000. What is that noise? 320. All right. 12,320. Throw our drives on there. And we're at 43,520. So we're just going to subtract 43. So 3480. Okay, drives aren't bad. 31,160. Enough for us to get some fuel. Then our overall weight, we got 78,340. Wow, I'm surprised because usually this damn thing is heavy. Okay. You want to know where our trailer weighs? We'll find out. Our trailer weighs. Then you put your drives off there. And you come back. Ugh. About 35,000. Forgot to mention that the scale on the trailer is 1,000 pounds off. I never adjusted it because the guy that had it before me, he never had the scale calibrated really. Oh, okay, GPS, we understand. He never had the scale calibrated really when he used it. Only because he used to ride with a lot of weight. I think in the front or the back, I can't remember. Man, I wish they just paved this place. I hate coming through all this mud. I came through here one day, and I didn't know I was coming up here. And I just got the truck washed. Just had them do the brightener. I had them do the wheels. We had some juice on the tires and everything. And I came up here, and it was pouring down rain over here, but it was like super sunny on the other side of the mountain. And I didn't know the place was like this. And came through here, a bunch of mud and all kind of stuff. And I was like, man, I just pay for, well, I don't pay for the washes, but I paid for all the extra stuff, the brightener, I paid for the armor all, the Rain-X, all that on my truck. And man, it was super bad through here. And I was just like, great, man, great. All that went to waste, and it just sucked. It sucks when you get a truck wash and go to a place like this, or you drive through the snow the next day or whatever, or something like that. Oh, it just sucks, man. It just sucks. It's a sad day in the truck world for you, pretty much, you know. But you know, it's all right. I guess it's not bad. So I'm gonna go tie this down. I'm gonna try this time lapse again. I don't know why the last one wasn't working, but we're gonna try it again. I gotta knock off those things. I hate those things on the side of the wood. Knock them off, and I'm gonna call it even. I'll be like loading the next truck. And I was sitting here for about an hour because when their company trucks pull up here, which they really aren't company trucks, it's just their other trucks that come up here, they get first treatment. And it kind of sucks for us because we're stuck waiting here. So let's try this time-lapse video again, see if it works. you guys enjoy that long time-lapse video of me strapping my load down. I hope so, but I didn't enjoy it. I had to maneuver my straps a little bit. But so we got a 3-hour drive ahead of us back across the mountain. That doesn't include the construction zones that's up there. But I set a timer or a stopwatch to see how long it takes to get from this place that I'm leaving from, which is in Corbell, back over to Redding. Some say it's like 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'm curious to know. So I set me a stopwatch. I left here at 2:39, and it says we'll be at our place we was at this morning at 5:38. Wow, car. There really isn't. You really can't pick up any time on this mountain. One, you got a hill that takes you about 4 minutes to climb, just about. And then with the construction zones, it's kind of harder, and there's a lot of turns in this also too. But we're gonna find out how long it takes us to cross this mountain. It's not a race. I'm not gonna be speeding. I'm just curious to know how many hours does it take for us to cross this mountain back into Redding. So, a UPS guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and set me a timer for it. All right, see ya.